Hey everyone, welcome to my studio. I'm Claire, your art coach, and today I want to help you silence that nosy inner critic with 3 simple steps. So many creatives are more, let's say, intuitive and sensitive. Not all, but some. We trust our feelings and our intuitions more than thinking or calculating. That's just how we're made. So our inner critic takes advantage of this, and it takes advantage of our emotions. So when we get stuck on a drawing problem, our delight in bringing our project to life diminishes, and we abandon the project. We want to place in our toolbox a sharp eye that tricks our inner critic into helping us build self-confidence. So before we start, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, I've worked in the arts industry as an illustrator. I've also been a fashion designer. I worked in a dental lab, believe it or not, to design crowns and bridges and then stain and glaze them to match the patient's teeth, which was very interesting. So I hope that that will give you an idea of where I'm coming from, and let's find out about where you're coming from and how much you'd like to get from these lessons. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit differently today. What I'm going to do is, I'm working on this piece right now, and I decided to time-lapse all of my work sessions. So while I talk about these different steps and talk about the inner critic, you'll get to watch me in time-lapse working on this piece, so it might be a little bit easier on the eyes. Let's talk about time and space. Not planets or Einstein, your time and your space. I hear so many artists say, I just don't have the time. Honestly, I catch myself saying that a lot. It's a common issue for lots of people. Between family, chores, work, school, our time has become a commodity that is disappearing. Your inner critic is totally into that, saying you're making excuses. So now you can tell that voice, you're just dedicating 15 minutes to a project. That's it. And then dive in ASAP. You got this. So let's talk about your creative zone. Got a studio or dedicated workspace? Not everyone does, and that's totally okay. Grab a tote for your supplies. Set up at the kitchen table or a small folding table with a chair. Whatever works. The key, make this space yours. No haters allowed. Block out distraction for 15 minutes. Call it your sanctuary, your sacred space, your creative HQ. This is where the magic happens. And guess what? Once you've been in your zone, you realize that you've gone over that 15 minutes. Wow, time found. We've established our where and when. Now let's visit our who or what. Let's identify our inner critic. So perhaps it was a parent who demanded perfection. Maybe a teacher who told you you'll never amount to anything. And what's the icing on the cake? It's definitely the algorithm throwing shade your way. So first, jot down your thoughts to spot that inner critic. If you're already journaling, you're winning. When you meet your inner hater, you'll feel it deep in your heart. You'll know that's the thing that we've got to get rid of. Remember, words are like seeds. If you cultivate them, they grow. You must pick the seeds that will prosper, those that won't turn into weeds. The next step in adding to our toolbox is what to say to your inner critic. Well, let me tell you what my inner critic frequently says to me. It usually goes for the jugular, my skill level. Well, you know what? You aren't good at that. You're not skilled enough at that. You're too old to do this. You're too young to do that. What makes you think you can actually pull that off? You know you're going to mess it up. You know you're going to fail. The inner critic likes to get me when I'm thinking about something more challenging. I'm wanting to step outside of my comfort zone. And that may require a little bit more skill, a little bit more knowledge. But he jumps in and says, you don't have time for that. Who do you think you are anyway? You're really not that good of an artist. There are so many great artists out there, and Well, you just don't measure up at all. Nobody in the art community respects you. My inner critic, of course, loves that I'm trying to make videos on YouTube. And what do you think he's saying right now? You're not good enough. You're not cute enough. You're not young enough. No way anybody's going to take you seriously. Don't even try. Say to your inner critic, these are just a series of marks on a page, on a piece of paper, or canvas. And what that does is it takes your emotions and your fears out of it. This simple statement will help to free you from the bondage of overthinking and second guessing. It takes around 66 days to ditch an old habit and to build new ones, so why wait? Start your new habit today. If you're looking to deepen your artistic journey and transform how you receive feedback, subscribe to my channel and reach out through the comment section to share your experiences and request future topics. Okay, here's my finished piece. What do you think? I think it turned out pretty good. I'm so glad you stuck with me to the end of this video. Until next time, check out my collection of merchandise. Every design I create is truly unique and unparalleled, crafted exclusively for those who have a nerdy side. Please subscribe, there's plenty more exciting stuff on the way. And I thank you again for joining me. I do appreciate it very much, and I hope you will join me again.